Good morning and welcome to ESO Daily. Yeah, I'm your host, Mr. Craven. I swear, I think I get myself into shit by speaking out, but I can't help it. And I guess you consider it bad publicity, but nevertheless, bad publicity is still publicity, no matter what way you look at it. So I'm going to take negatives and spin them into positives. That's just what I do. You know, I'm going to have trolls. I got brainwashed players everywhere in this game. I've had brainwashed players from the rip. Like, oh, do this and do that. Oh, this is best in slot and that and this and that and this. And it's just like, you know, I can't get away. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I put myself into some shit, uology. I always do. But, you know, the funny thing about it is, if I wasn't proving points, I probably wouldn't be raising the questions. That's my thing. You know, I'm a type of person that's just like, you know what? Why are you guys settling for any one perspective? And it's funny because I think a lot of people raise that question like, you know, is this really... If you're not questioning things and you're settling... Morning, Lewis. What's up, dude? If you're settling just for whatever, then you're a conformist. You're brainwashed, you know? I always tell people, I like to question things in my life. So it's just who I am. I want that freaking... I don't want that, but I want this. So I'm queued up in random. I'm on my DPS, my recent converted DPS. I should have been on yesterday. I should have done the City of Ash but my friend who hasn't played in a while actually got back on. It was our old guild tank, and I'm really pumped that he came back to ESO. So of course I had to go over to the PS4. I had to. It had to happen. Of course, this isn't one of the dailies, but whatever. Jeez. I need CP, though. So, it's still kind of up in the air, I guess, how many crystals we're getting for these transmutation crystals. They say you can get them from the randoms for completing a random daily. You can get them up for the vet dailies. So, I don't think they're going to be farmable, but at the same time, you know, it still comes in handy. And they're not going to be tradable at all, from my understanding. So, a couple little things. I'm trying to figure it all out with the cold crystal drop rate. Gina had posted a couple things, but it's still kind of vague on, like, what specifically. But I was hoping to check it out. Come on. Why is there always one that makes it? Okay. I hate this boss. Our healer's dead. I might be dead. Come on. What? The healer I have? Like the healer that's with me? Is that what you're talking about, Michael? Fucking there. Yeah, so you're talking about the healer that's with me, right, Michael? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, it's definitely like his shard rotation's a little low. I agree. Like even if he was running shards, it'd be one thing, but I mean, I don't care. I'm not that picky. As long as we get the content done and I have to weave. I mean, you're right. It's going to drop my DPS for sure. It's going to affect it. You're right. Can we do the other boss? Maybe. Ah, shit. There we go. Yeah, it should be a couple more drops, Michael. You're right. Right. Well, I mean, they have the GCD, so it's almost pointless spamming them, but you're right. At least within every 5-10 seconds, you should be dropping a shard. Even because it deals AoE damage. Even if, like, if somebody takes it and it's not a shard on the ground, you should reapply it. I agree. This way, this way. Yeah, we're trying to tell you, tank. Yeah, I don't like to skip, especially on this platform. I'm gonna have to weave up a little bit. Yeah, it is costing me. I wish there was other like other synergies. Boss got biss on the braids? Probably. There's a shard. Yeah, that's a huge increase when I got the shard. 41 up.
First those nobles and now you cretins. You don't belong here. Come to me, my minions.
What the fuck? Why didn't that drop?
Come to me, my minions. Come to me, my minions.
Morning Rock. I already got my combat physician set pieces. I need that fucking staff. I need the rest of those staff still. And the lightning. I get the frost staff every freaking time. It's bullshit. What the? Yeah, open. You know, yeah, Michael, that does make sense on those certain situations, man. And, you know, that's the best thing. You really have to call it, like, what you're going to need in what situations and which is going to benefit you better. And I think that's the best thing, like, when you're going through situations like that, you know what skills are going to be more beneficial and what are going to be more productive. And healing's not easy in that aspect, too, because there's not a lot of players with that sense. Where's the fucking healer? Ugh! Fucking mechanic. It is. Didn't help, you know. There he is. Whatever. It's crazy. Yeah, because that combat prayer has a line of sight. So if you get that lineup, yeah, it works out perfect. I kind of, on my Templar, I've kind of gotten away with using Breath of Life as frequently. I like the hots in on my temp. Like putting down the hots and then just covering over with the Breath of Life a lot. Like, I think a lot of players forget that I have the Templar healer because I play every other healer and I don't play my Templar healer as much. But I think people actually forget I do have it. Right. I agree, Rock. What in the fuck is with my shit? Problem of it is I can't get a weave in. They die before I can totally recover. So we're actually dealing pretty good time here. There we go. Now see, a lot of people don't realize that, like in the parts, I was like up to 49, dropped down to 33 by the end of the rotation because of the drop off. But like a lot of people don't get that. Shit, I fucked that up. Can I just want my friggin' shit though. Those could be potential Drew whacks.
Show you the pointy end of my sword.
Yeah, I'm doing 76k. It ain't dying fast enough. That's right. That's right. I just want to get a heavy attack in to recover, though. That's my problem. It's like, holy fuck. And I don't have ideal shit or max yet, so. Don't kill him! I need a couple of heavy attacks. Ah, that's my fault. Whatever. Why did we do the scroll? It's not the fucking daily. It's like, oh, I just realized it's not the daily. It's like, you want to wipe?
There will be no place for rabble like you in the Pelingare's cool-way rest.
Can I get a shard down? See, now something fritzed up. See, it's not like setting up right. Don't worry, dude. I got you. If I up, he's getting resurrected. Oh, dude, look at that lag! I was wondering what the fuck is going down. I'm like, I got hit. She's still in front of me. What the fuck, man? There's just like a slight delay in this. They sell shards on eBay. That's good shit. Little bit of a lag or some shit's going down. Oh, I was gonna res him. Now, if I'm not on my Templar, I will definitely get the orbs out about every 5 seconds throughout my rotation. I try to throw an orb. What the? Some weird fucking lag, man. I don't know what the fuck, but you can see it. Okay, hold on. I loved it, dude. I love that comment. It was the best comment ever. That's the best! Having this prevents lag. Damn it, that's my problem all along. I should finish her, but fuck it. You never know when she's going to do a jump. That just can keep wiping a party.
There's your proof, Master Pellinger. It was your children responsible for this madness.
Eileen, no! Why did you do this? Oh no, Eileen.
I saw a delay. A couple little delays was really bothering me. Fishing hole in a dungeon. Sure, why not? He's boycotting shards. Could he be hoarding them? I don't want to give my shards away. It's not acceptable. Don't. Please, please, no. Where's the shards or balls? Doesn't the healer have them? He had some shards. It was a Templar, but you know, I mean, I don't care if Templars use orbs if their shard rotation is strong, because it has the same global cooldown. But yeah, there was a lack of laying. Even if it was the global cooldown laid out affected, you would think he would still be throwing them out intermittently, so timing the GCD. Like, I'll make sure like every a second second full rotation orb, full rotation orb, second full rotation orb. So I usually have my orb rotation down. I don't spam my orbs because of the global cooldown, you know. But at the same time, like you guys are all pointing out, you sort of kind of have to put that shit out there as a healer. You know, it's kind of the purpose, man, of a utility. I don't know, just an idea, whatever. It's always weird playing DPS for me because I am accustomed to playing more healers. You guys all know me like playing healers. Like, Uology's actually been helping me Crypt of Hearts 1 and Darkshade 1. money. So, encrypt the hearts 1. But Uology's been helping me out with Stam, some of my Stam shit. Oh my god! Yeah! Yeah, dude. Like, I still remember that healer hitting the 2-hand. Guys, remember that a couple of, what was that, last week? That Templar healer was having a 2-handed. The old aggro. You know, the funny thing is, I wanted to try a Stam Warden healer. Just to fucking do it. To see if it can be done. Me and a couple of players have thought about it. Because using Vigor, using the spores, the Stam spores, then using Lotus Blossom. Now check this out. Lotus Blossom, you heal allies when you do light and heavy attacks. So get the bow. Now check this out, guys. Get a bow. Use the spores as an instant. Your Vigor over time. Use Lotus, which costs Magicka, but it will heal on your weaves. And then use a bow. I'm wondering. Yeah, dude, that healer last week was wrecking, going to town with the wrecking blows, man. Like throwing a heal, wrecking blow spam, bam, bam, bam. I was like, oh my gosh, crazy. I think every tank should have a self-sustain, especially when you're kiting. Yeah, to me, that's like tanking 101. Like, you shouldn't necessarily depend on the healer for pulls. When it comes to boss fight, healers are needed. Yeah, healer ultimate is super cheap. I agree. You know, definitely. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. You know, nice thing about, especially for healer, any healer ultimate, except the DK. I think Magma Shell, they should kind of redo something for Magma Shell for DK healer. The one morph's really good, but I think it could be a little bit better. Keep the other morph the same. It benefits tank builds. It really does. No, they don't. They don't rock. I've never seen them pug content. I've never seen it either. But, you know, who am I? I'm a loser. I like pugging. The reason I really enjoy pugging is you never know the makeup of the team, right? The viability to me as a player and as a content creator, it's like, okay, I can roll with any prefab and do really well. What can I do with a pug? You know? Can I still get it done with a pug? And if you can, then that speaks volumes about your playstyle. You know, everybody wants to make themselves look good. They never want to make themselves look bad. But I actually embrace it because it's like, to me, it's like this. Yeah, right. You do, like, but remember back in the WoW days? I mean, if you said, when the new dungeons came out and you said you were going to pug it, I mean, remember the grueling expression on your face, like, you know? There was just something you never wanted to do, even in the 5-mans. You never wanted to pug the new dungeons at all. Because fucking, they made it hard. I mean, I'm not talking a little bit, like, you know, just ridiculous. Then when you get it down and you got it down, I remember us walking players through them. I pug, therefore I am. So you're saying you're a pug Uology? Isn't that a dog, dude? I'm just messing with you, man. I pug. I'm a pug. My brother has a French bulldog. And it was funny because my daughters think it's so cute. And my niece, who's the youngest girl in our family, she put this poor dog in a dress. And I was like, what the hell is this, man? What are you doing to this poor dog? And they're like, she's so cute. Pugs' lives matter. It's true. Everybody save a pug. Save a pug. We'll have a fundraiser for pugs. Yeah. And we'll like our description. Are you a player without a home? Do you find yourself randomly just picking up groups, lost and confused? Did you? American Bulldog? Yeah. See, I have a pet terrier bulldog. So I like the American Bulldogs. They're really cool. Pugs' lives matter. Yes. Yes. Save the pugs. Save the pugs. We all need to save. But it's funny, guys, because I get a lot of bad publicity. We all know this. Like, I draw the attention to myself, man. But, yeah, I really like this. My wife got her for my birthday. Oh, dude, that's so kick-ass. Dude, that is so kick-ass. Like, what color is it, Uology? Did it get the mixed with the tan lines and stuff? I think it's kind of cool how the American Bulldogs have that pattern. And sometimes you get that tan, those ones with the tan, and then they have the lines around the necks. Then there's like my sister had like a cocoa type look. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Well, I'm glad she got you a new dog, dude. I have a dog, but it's not my best friend. It's my old lady's best friend. Save the pugs! Yes, Rock, we must save the pugs. I wonder if I get in trouble if I did that. Like, had an awareness, day. It's Pug Awareness Day. I don't want people being like, white body, brindle, patch over eye. Yes. Yes. I like it because they get all those different little... No two patterns are the same on the American Bulldogs either. You can get similar patterns, but usually they're very, distinctly different in each dog. Yes. Let's get this threading. Yes. I should do it tomorrow. Save the pugs. Save the pugs. Oh my God. Pug awareness. Pug awareness. It'd be awesome. You guys are the best. You guys are my favorites. This is why I love every one of you guys. You guys are the best community ever. Trending. Yes, it would be so trending. It would be like, we could like, we'd have sponsor pages. Sponsor a pug. There's a lost pug out there. Sponsor this pug player. The only difference is this one has a home. This one does not. I like pugs, man. Love pugs. Excuse me. Pugs are great. Gotta love the pugs. Power to the pugs. Power to the pugs. My boy had the tan eye patch, white body. Got you. Yeah, it's always different. People might think we're talking about the dogs, but that's the best aspect. It's like, aren't we all dogs? Dude, that was the one that show was what really inspired me how smart bulldogs are. They pick up tricks really quick. My bulldog, like, picked up every friggin' trick without even having to try. You put food in front of him and you show him how to sit and then give it to him. You didn't have to keep reteaching the dog. He knew. Shake, guess with the hand trick and stuff. Except don't tell him to roll over. He'll play dead, but if he does the roll over, he starts like barking and getting mad that you're wanting him to roll over. Yes! Recovery shelter for brainwashed BIS players! Yes! Yes! I love it! Oh my god, I hate my dog though. I mean, I don't hate him. He's just a little asshole, man. He's such an asshole. He, like, literally, guys, okay, so check this out. When we first got him, he was about 4 or 5 months old, right? Next thing you know, I go to bed later than my old lady. And I go in bed, right? Now, my side of the bed is my side of the bed. And there's the dog laying beside my old lady. Right? Because they can't lay at the foot of the bed because they want to take over your spot. But what was worse is I got him to the foot of the bed, which was fine. He didn't give me much of a problem. But then I laid down my head to find out he actually peed on my pillow. Yeah. BIS Anonymous. Love it. But dude, has anybody had that where your dog will mark you on your stuff? Like, he marked his, like, this is my side of the bed, pee on your pillow. I'm like, and I didn't know until I laid my head down. I'm like, you little fucking shit. I was so mad that night. My old lady's laughing, and she's trying to apologize at the same time. Meta and BIS Anonymous. I'm a BIS player. Don't tell anybody. It's like a secret. It's like a dirty secret nowadays. Meta's still alive. I refuse to say it's dead. Is this where I come? Rest in peace, Mystic's pillow. Yeah, dude, I was like, my old lady thought it was just fucking hilarious. She was so sick. She was like, she wakes up and she's all like that wake up mode. Like, what? What are you yelling about? And I'm like, the dog peed on my pillow. And she's like, what? And she's like, no. And I'm like, bullshit. And she's like, she grabbed my pillow and she's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And then she starts laughing. And I'm like, that is so fucked up. You think it's funny? She's like, no. And she's like, laughing. And I'm like, no, that's so fucked up. That's so bullshit. Ugh. NBA. Yes! Meta and BIS Anonymous, the NBA. Oh my god. Lewis, Rock and Lewis, you guys are the shit, man. Oh god. I love it. I love this shit, Rock. NBA. Meta and BIS Anonymous. Yes. It's going to be, and we'll have the Pug awareness program. It'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. We'll save so many players. It'll be the best thing ever. You know, people probably hate us. Can you imagine the randoms that come into this channel and, like, even, like, the Gilliam cocksuckers, I mean, fanboys, I mean, whatever you want to call them. They're like, yeah, I gotta fucking go see what those bastards are talking about. And they're probably in here like, oh, they're such dicks. I love the ones because they're the pretend elitists. It's like, God, I love you guys, man. I swear, you guys are the best. You guys are the best community ever. My cat had 6 kills, 5 mice, and bat. Rest in peace, Copper. Oh. See, here's the thing. Like, I had a cat, and cats are like, if it wanted attention, it came to me. I could never go to the cat. It was never allowed. The cat's like, you will not, I determine when I want love. You will not show me fucking love, motherfucker. If I want to cuddle, I'll come to you and I'll fucking claw your leg until it's fucking bleeding and I'll make my bed on your lap. But you will never grab my ass. And that's the way my cat was at the time. Now I'm allergic to cat, and so is my daughter, so we don't have cats. Not that we hate cats. Now, my old lady still to this day is a huge cat lover. She would rather have the cat than the dog. But when we got the dog, it wasn't supposed to be hers. But we all know how women adapt to animals. Like, my kids are older now, so now my dog is her baby. Ah, Church of Reformed Parsers! Oh my god, I love it! Oh my god, you're right, Lewis. How can I say that? They have a parse. He was your little homie. I could see it, man. You know what I had? I had a pet chinchilla. That thing was so cool. I had a pet chinchilla. The problem of it is, if they ever get out, you can never catch them. They never want to go back in their cages. They're fast as fuck. They are like, you know, mice on crack. They're fast. They're like, holy shit. And I would never tell my girls. My girls had a hamster, and they were like, can we let it out to play? Because they had the ball. And I'm like, make sure it's in the ball. Like, that's my whole thing. You know what I don't get, though, is like, my oldest wanted a pet snake when she was like a teenager. And I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm not like, you know, arachnophobic, or not arachnophobic, that's spiders. I'm not afraid of snakes per se. I just can't see the, like, buying live food and feeding it to the snake. Snoop! Oh my god, I haven't seen you forever! Bro, if you complete move vet content, people start to follow you. Yeah, I agree, Snoop. You know, problem of it is this. Like, every time I do, like, a vet content, which is, like, on PS4, like, I'll try to get a group together, but I have to have every one of them. I have to have all 11 people literally agree to the cast. If there's one person who's finicky about it, I can't do it. I can't, because it's a whole privacy law thing. Like, you know, their voice is, you know, part of their identity. It's like posting photographs, you know, of whatever and shit. There's like really like strict shit on like trying to get people to like allow me to do that. If the people allow me to do it, if I didn't need to be in voice chat, I would do it. I'd just say fuck it. I'm not going to be in voice chat. But most of the time I heal vet contents. And when I do that, like, it allows me to do it on PC, and then I can exit. Like, if you notice, Snoop, I'll exit the voice chat unless I'm with my friends who will permit me to do that. But there's usually one or two people that don't want to be recorded. Yeah, it sucks, dude. It really sucks. It sucks so bad, man. Just to say, oh, you know, I can't post this fucking vet trial because I got one person in here who I need, who doesn't want me to record. It's like, sucks. It fucking blows. You know? But yet I'll post gold jewelry. Some dude's like, was like something about my title. I'm like, dude, my Ophidian title's on my dude when I did my build. Where do you think I get the gold jewelry? From my ass? I mean, come on. Now, on this platform, I haven't done any of it yet. So I'm trying to get up there on this platform to do it. And I'm hoping I can actually do it. A subscriber trial run. Dude, that's a good idea, Lewis. That's actually pretty brilliant. A queue for BC1 to unlock Undaunted skill line on my Bosmer Slipper. Yeah, dude, Rock, what you can do is get a crafted set. Go with a just a tank build, like a light-ass tank build, just enough to do your Undaunted dailies. And you'll get like 2 or 3. You'll have it done probably in like a week. That's the best advice I give, Rock. 12-inch centipede on the wall house. Yeah, dude, my daughter hates centipedes. I don't mind them. I just kill them. But my daughter freaks out every time she sees a centipede. Beetle, ladybugs, too. My one daughter hates ladybugs. I don't know. I mean, they bite. Like, anybody ever get bit by a ladybug? Those little fuckers hurt. But, yeah, my one daughter doesn't like ladybugs either. 13 levels, yeah. Now they're changing also the Undaunted. Yeah, no problem, Snoop. You know what, Snoop? I see you post. I'm glad you actually stopped in, Snoop, because I haven't seen you in such a long time. And I see you always posting, be like, stop, you guys are causing... There was one post I seen you say, you told somebody, I don't know if it was Gilliam or somebody, but you told him, please stop looking for Biss, because every time you guys say that shit, they put a Nerf bat to these sets. And I was like, Snoop makes such a damn good point. Snoop, every time, man. Every time you say it, it's like it happens, and I'm like, you gotta watch because you have a way of like smelling Nerf bats, Snoop. You smell them coming a mile away. I'd run bets with you if I could, and you wouldn't care about being recorded. Yeah, like, and the funny thing about it is a lot of us here have played other MMOs, so we're aware of what a BIS system is. We're aware of what linear systems are. We've done it. We played EverQuest, World of Warcraft, and tier progression, and it sucked. We were fucking doing it for fucking months until a new trial came out, or a new raid. Yeah. Oh, it was Gilliam? Okay. Yeah, dude, I noticed you kept telling, stop, man. You guys are going to fucking cause us more Nerf bats. And it's like, Snoop's good at that shit, man. Like, he knows. I'm like, I swear, Snoop, like, I feel like you have a psychic touch for Nerf bats. Yeah, I agree, man. I completely agree. Don't chase something and don't make it more than what it is. What's crazy is they put Sorks in Burning Spellweave. That was so fucking stupid. And putting tanks in Alkosh and shit. What the fuck? I'm on PCNA and can handle vet, healing, or tanking. You just started learning DPS? DPS, as long as your party's averaging like 100 overall, 100k DPS per second, you can do hard mode. That's between, what, 3 take away, 9. That's 9 DPS. That's pull 90k per second. If you can average that, you can get through vet hard mode. You can even carry people if you had to. Yeah, just look me up, Michael. Just go ahead. Like, I'm not on the PS4 right now. I'm on the PC. But if you look me up and send a friend request, on my thing, it's Mystic, M-I-S-T-I-C-K, Raven, R-A-V-E-N. I'll accept your friend request, dude. But, like, a lot of people will send me tells. Like, I got a couple of tells yesterday. And I really like my fans. Because they'll always come in and say hi. And they'll send me tells. And I'll say hi to them. But I get flooded sometimes. And I don't have a lot of time to talk sometimes. So, because I'm trying to get whatever I'm doing done. So, I'm starting to kind of feel it. But to me, it's always weird. I never look at myself like that. Yeah, the lag spikes is a problem with the DPS drops. I agree, Snoop. And not only that, also what buffs are being applied and drop-offs. Like, that can adversely affect things. Do you run Templar Healer, man? I love Templars. I never said anything ever bad about Templar Healer. Ever. Never said one bad thing about a Templar Healer. To me, it's just like, I did it last because it was like the build you can't, like, it has more flexibility. Like, Templars have so much flexibility. Like, I don't think people really appreciate the flexibility a Templar has. Like, Templars are just so flexible. Same with Wardens. Warden healers are as flexible as a Templar. Like, I think Gilliam sometimes, that's one of my problems. He doesn't heal with the other classes. Like, he still says mag, the mag Warden deals shit-ass DPS, man. I'm telling you, when I get everything timed, it can be a problem, I admit this, but when everything I get timed right, shit goes really nice with mag Warden. Yeah. Now listen, when I started, do you guys remember this? Okay, so I started about a year and a half ago. I'm not getting my cue. But I started a year and a half ago, and when I started, the friggin' Templars didn't even have a resto. They were running Destro dual wield. Does anybody remember that? I can mail you some. Runestone's best for Glenn, so I heard. I'll always adjust my enchantments as needed per whatever. But yeah, there's abyss to everything. We just don't know. Though some of the long-term vets are in this channel right now. Snoop's been with the game since the beginning, haven't you, Snoop? I think you've been in this game since launch. I see a lot of stuff from you, man. Like posts and stuff. I think you're on the forums too, aren't you, Snoop? That's another thing. Forums, man. Do you guys know how many old schoolers have posted on the forums and talked about everything from day one? It was amazing to me. Night play DPS players shouldn't tell folks how to run healers. Yeah, no, I agree. They shouldn't. Unless you played that role, don't talk about it. And that's the thing for me. I wanted to literally... It started off with the Nightblade for me, right? And then I was so everybody was like, yeah, okay, so you got the Nightblade healer to work. I did all the vet... First, they can't heal. Then they can only heal this. Then they can only heal that. My one friend pulled me into Vet DSA. He's like, what healer are you grabbing? I'm saying, I'm grabbing the Nightblade on Vet DSA. You fucking kidding me? Fucking let's do this. We did it. We got through it. Everything was great. Smooth run. He was pretty shocked. And then another friend of mine's like, well, just because you get the Nightblade to work doesn't mean you can get every class to heal. I'm like, is that a challenge? Yeah, you've been on console since launch. I figured, Snoop, you've been around for a while. I like I said, I picked up later. There was quite a bit of transfer players too when consoles launched too. But yeah, so when I went with the DK healer, people said it couldn't be done, and it was probably one of the most the Sork healer was probably the most finicky at the time. Until they fixed Twilight, which they really need to address this issue with Twilight for Sork healers. The Twilight's the top heal for the Sork healer, but you have to use your ward to keep it alive. I always suggest the Empowering Ward because of the return it offers you and the party members for Magicka return, for the Minor Intellect, because you can get the Major and then you can get the Minor. But what I always tell people for that, though, some of the new trials are not pet friendly. So even with a shield drop, one AoE effect, your Twilight's dead. It's fucking toast. Orc Sork. What, did you go tank on him? Rock? Because that'd be badass. Orc Sork tank? That was crazy, Michael. I don't know why. Fuck, no. All Orc tanks. Okay, so my dude who came back is a Sork. And I want to say he's either an Orc or a Nord. And I have a Nord Sork tank. It plays different than your other tanks, but Sork tanks have the best uptime for Warhorn rotation. Out of all the tanks, Warhorn rotation, Sorks are dominant for Warhorn rotation. 3 years ago, I'm telling you, man, I love Sork tanks. I love them. The Bloodforge skin, I haven't got it yet. I haven't tried for the achievements as of yet. I'm not a big fluff person. Like, if I get it, it's cool, whatever. I'm not, like, a skin person. The only fucking skin, the only one I ever wanted, and I've tried farming the fuck out of it, was the Molag Ball one, the Soul Shriven skin. It's the only one I wanted. It's the only one. For me, it's about colors. I don't give a fuck about skins, tattoos, fluff. I don't give a fuck about any of that. But I like the dye colors. Because when I get like certain sets, whether it's crafted or drop, I like to be able to arrange the color pattern specifically. Because some of the colors don't match up well. Like when you put a red on a chest and then try to put it on the leg, and I'm colorblind. Like I'll bring in my daughter. I'm like, does that match And she's like, no, there's a slight difference. So I try to stay away from red majority of the time, but and green. But my daughters will help me with it. But I've noticed that, well, I've been told that some of the colors have a slight color difference. So yeah, I'm colorblind. I get made fun of on Christmas by my family every year. I can see red and green. I can't see shades of it. No, it's exactly what it is. That's exactly what this game was founded on, Rock. You're a sucker for fluff. Certain people are. I get it. Like Rift. When I played Rift, there was a lot of fluff. Lots of fluff. Lots of achievements. A lot of you couldn't get skins, but you could get when you collected a full set, you were able to you unlocked your costumes. So let's say I grab another set and I don't like the way that set look. I could take bits and pieces from the other sets I've collected through the content and put those in my costume designs. So it was kind of cool. And also, like, you guys remember City of Heroes, City of Villains? Every time you completed, like, harder content, you would get new costumes. Like Vanguard, when I was collecting the Vanguard sets for, you know, those challenge runs. Like, I would do that because I wanted the armor set. Because I thought it was badass looking. Yeah, I still have yet to do the quest line to get that, too. The new blue, which I want to do. I've been trying to work on my PS. Nowadays, everyone thought an orc tank was oxymoron. But nowadays, however, right. But it hasn't changed. That's the whole thing. Just because it's like people are taking notice now doesn't mean it was irrelevant or non-viable back then. Like, that's one thing I really loved. Pocket Legends, I actually tried that game on the phone when it was out. You know, I think it still is, because I wanted something to play when I was traveling, because I did insurance, so I travel a lot, and I tried to do the Pocket Legends thing. Nice helmet. Oh, okay. Somebody came up and said, you know, but yeah, so I done the Pocket Legends thing. It was a cool game. It was, especially for traveling and shit. Like, I used to have to do everything was on my phone for insurance stuff, but I still had to, like, pull up and do paperwork. But I could literally take a picture on my phone, and I'll talk to you later, Michael. Thanks, man. I used to have to, and I don't know why I'm not getting a queue. I might wrap this up here soon. But I used to have to take a picture of a policy, and then I could format it, save it into my digital files, and then expedite it to the underwriters without actually having to send the form itself. I had to keep the form for my own documents for legal reasons. But yeah, so everything digital these days. Nope, right, Rock. Nothing's changed in that. Like, zero. Like, I don't see why people like are trying to always say, oh well, this is meta, that's not meta. This is more productive. I'm like, I've never seen a content in this game where the devs made it to a point that a class like a Dragon Knight healer couldn't play that content. Now, prior to Morrowind, it was harder on the other healer classes because of the lack of utilities. Now, I will say that. But usually, if I had like a Templar, say if I took the DK in whatever, it doesn't matter, whatever trial, and I lack the stamina utility. I always had the Magicka with Neurotic Orbs. That was never a problem. So he would go ahead and he would take the Blazing Shards. Remember, at the time, Blazing Shards actually yielded more stamina return. So if he was using that, guess what that allowed me to do? Well, use my neurotic orbs. And then, of course, he was able to use healing orbs for a hot effect to lay down through everyone. Ever played DCUO? Yes, I have. I have 2 accounts on DCUO. Originally, I was a PC player on DC, and I have 8 tunes on the PC, and I have 2 tunes on the PS4. Which the PS4, I quit a couple years ago, but it was what got me started with the pugging. Ultima on fucking line. That was my first 2. Same thing with Uology. That was the shit. And then Paper Dungeons and Dragons all day, every day. I love it. Now, it was funny because I was on Sonoma, was my main rock, and then I was also in, I forget what the other one was. Gadgets? I actually like gadgets. I didn't like the DPS of it. I like the troll build on gadgets. I play troll with gadgets. Now, Quantum, when I did Quantum, I had both builds on Quantum. The Quantum DPS to me was a lot fun. And then I also trolled Hardlight. Yeah, no, they got rid of... Remember that? Remember Permadeath? Do you guys remember when Vanilla WoW, when you would lose XP for dying? Remember that? You get XP deductions? Remember? Even EverQuest. You never wanted to die in EQ. Ever! It was... back then we had permadeaths. Like all sorts of nasty shit going on with everything. Every game had a different effect, but we all know the rules to what we used to refer as permadeaths and loss and shit. Dude, in Ultimate Online, they'd loot your fucking corpse. They back in the day, we didn't have insurance to insure our shit. So if you died, they'd friggin' take your everything off you. Let's strip you naked. And sometimes they leave the stuff there to bait you back in. Because say you had this awesome friggin' pick that you were like, oh man, I have to go back and get that fucking, that pick or that pike, or if you want to call it, it's pike, whatever. And all of a sudden you go back. Nope, definitely, Spider. I understand, man. You got to put in the time, man. But I appreciate you stopping by, dude. But, yeah, I remember, like somebody would bait you. And you go back and you're like, oh, I'm got to get that pike back. And then all of a sudden you're trying to get your shit back. And all of a sudden they kill you again. Poof, poof. And you'd have to go to the bank to pick up some junk gear to try to do it. Diablo, played Diablo. Definitely. Diablo 3 I liked until, I did the whole little, like, jewelry stuff, And then I got, like, Paragon like crazy. I was capping my Paragon. Later, Spider-Man. You take care, dude. I think, like, Diablo could have been even better had they, like, added, like, larger group content. Like, I think you can do, what, 5? A 5-team? 4 or 5-team? It's been a minute. My one dude actually quit Diablo because of all the hacks. And then Blizzard, like, started taking that a little bit more serious with some of the hack gear. Blizzard's a good company. I wonder, like, so Terra's coming out in 2018. They're pushed back Terra, right? And it was funny because MMO for consoles is becoming a huge thing these days. And I'm always like, what if Blizzard's been trying to reformat their combat system a lot the last 2 years. And I'm wondering, could Blizzard be trying to salvage the game's longevity through console play in the future? Yep, played SOTOR. Yes, I did. I was originally a Star Wars Galaxies player, and unfortunately, after the GCW went to shit after the NGE and shit, we literally left, and I went to SOTOR. And I thought SOTOR like offered a lot of really pros to the game. The one thing I didn't like was the limited like worlds. Like there wasn't enough to explore. Like I'd go on a quest line and I was in like you know, whatever world for Coruscant for a mission and whatever, and you couldn't explore the entire planet of Coruscant. Yeah, Terra, for the reason... Oh, that's cool, Sylvia. Yeah, it's supposed to come out in 2018. It got pushed back. Terra did. And go to 10 Nets or TechNets 2 something. He's a really good content creator following Terra. Yeah, they were definitely slow. But now they have really good content. Like, you know, story-wise. You know, over there at SOTOR. But Terra... Right. Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to Terra for one reason. Endgame, it kind of was lackluster. It had raids, which was cool, but it just didn't, like, you know, give whatever. It's a progression system game, whatever, what we're typically accustomed to. But where Terra shines is PvP. Like, huge. Battleground, insanity with Terra. And I'm a huge BG'er. And I have yet to find a console game that, like, quenches my thirst in Battlegrounds. This game has a lot of potential. They have the foundation for Battlegrounds. ZOS is just not understanding what Battleground, like how to properly reward Battleground players, what to, you know, entice people to play Battlegrounds. That's something that they're still trying to finesse. And I get it because they want to be different than most games. That's kind of the strong niche for Elder Scrolls, is they do things different than most games. And it's worked towards their advantage. You guys see that? It just like lagged up. It's like targeting issue or some shit. What the fuck? But ZeniMax, it's one of the strongest suits, is doing stuff a little different. Oh my god, right? Oh, okay. So that was the best aspect why I came to this game. Because of the Siege engine. It's basically a copy version of DAOC. But DAOC, like, the battles, like, a lot of people hated the Zergs in DAOC, because remember the lags, but I mean seriously, you had some of the most epic fucking battles, and casters were so influential in DAOC. Like every class had such an impact, and I think I really grabbed onto that. But this game has got some more issues with resolution for that. Yeah. Dude, Terra Combat PvP is no fucking joke. It is no joke. Like, for a Battleground game, like, when you play Terra on if anybody's ever played Terra on PC for Battleground, the dungeon crawling is, it's whatever. The combat's cool, the shit's cool, but I'm not a big, like, was impressed. But the Battleground PvP for Terra, for the combat system, holy fuck. Oh my god, right, Ryan? Dude, I tell you what, DAOC was the shit. I mean, to this day, fucking Jacobs is working on a new shit, dude. And dude, his partner, fucking, is what ZeniMax brought on. That's why we have our Siege here. You know? Jeez, man, like those guys were the best, and that's what, when they brought him on, I was like, oh shit, well, fuck it, I'll go to Elder Scrolls. Hell yeah. But Dios, Dark Age of Camelot, wow. For the RVR, now Warhammer is kind of where they dropped the ball. Like when I tested Warhammer, and the game had so much potential, and there was just some things that you were kind of anticipating. Yeah, but I understood why they did it when they did that, but it definitely changed the course of players, how players played the game, Ryan. And I think, yeah, that's when it started dwindling some of the numbers. I agree, because there were certain, abilities and combos that were just so crazy powerful in DAOC. But the problem of it is, players, like, a lot of players had to understand how to set it up. No, but that was the problem, wasn't it, with Warhammer? Warhammer, you know what my problem of it was with Warhammer, Ryan? Them trying to implement the whole RVR system into the PvE. I think they kind of went a little overboard. They were stressing the PvP even in PvE. And making it so, like, front-loaded PvP, it was killing the PvE game. And that was the problem for me with Warhammer. Yeah. But there was nothing they could do, though, Ryan. They were fucked. As soon as you do that, they were like, yeah, go ahead, dudes. I got you. Yeah, no, they should not put... See, you know what? I'm going to teach them. I'm going to teach Zoss that that's a bad idea. And Fang Rush, dude, you're going to give CP in Battlegrounds? Could you imagine Fang? Fang's probably at home, tickled pink, laughing his ass off, like, I'm going to destroy everybody. Fang Rush is going to annihilate motherfuckers. If he could queue in by himself, he probably would, to see if he could take out both teams in the death match. I guarantee you. What the fuck? Fucking lag. Warhammer Online Beta. Yeah. Dude, what was up with that new one? Weren't they supposed to come out with a new one? Like, I heard there was supposed to be a new Warhammer or some shit. I heard something, like they were going to do something like that. Final Fantasy? I'm not a big Final Fantasy Online fan. I know a lot of people might be like, oh my god, but I was a big Final Fantasy player, but as an MMO, I didn't feel it as much. Like, I couldn't get, like, to me it was like they captured all the important essences of an MMO, but to me Final Fantasy was still like RPG turn-based, you know? Like old school. And so when I kept trying to, like, adapt to it, I didn't really like the whole idea of, like, oh, okay, well, now I can do this roll, switch out, I can play that, okay, switch out, whatever. You know, I can't do it, man. I cannot do Final Fantasy Online. I remember when we were, like, reading this one, I was in Rift, and I posted this game, announcement on Rift forums, and I think the initial one might have gotten blocked or something. I'm not sure, but literally we were stoked on Rift about the reemergence of, like, the DAOC type playstyle. You know, the whole 3 faction shit. Everybody, like, huge fucking siege battles. Oh, is that what happened, Rock? So are they still in development then? Total War devs. Dude, I don't know if you guys ever heard about Darkfall. Me and my friends were actually trying to get into Darkfall initially. And that was supposed to be an Ultima Online type siege type game. And unfortunately, when they released it, the first one went south, but then they came out with another version, and it just could never live up to the hype. It could never they couldn't like seal the deal like with development. Like good concept, just unfortunately I don't think the tech was and the coding was there at the time. Used the battle for the remote. Like you guys slug it out, total fist blows, drop them out, bam, give me it, no, bam, ow, give me that fucking remote, bam. No, I don't even fight my old lady. It's basically like this. I give it to her and let her pacify herself for the moments that she has. She's a hard-working woman. We both did insurance, but now she's out of the insurance business. I no longer do the insurance industry either. She could have been a case manager, which I was trying to persuade her into doing, but now she's in, customer service and doing all kind of like butchering type thing. I don't really get her title, but she likes her job. She makes less, but she's happy with it. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Yeah, no, it did, Ryan. It was even more issues than that. Like even like combat system was just, it had targeting issues. Like, and the premise behind Darkfall was phenomenal. Like, I was a huge supporter of the idea of Darkfall. Like, huge. Like, I really wanted Darkfall to be something more. I really did. I wanted to be a fanboy. For one time in my life, I actually wanted to be a player who literally was like, it's all about this game. Unfortunately, I've never had a game that I could actually claim that because I'd have my hands here or there. Ultima Online, I'd always go back to because of the simple fact of what it offered versus what every other game couldn't. And that's basically like hardcore PvP. EverQuest, when they introduced PvP, was just the worst idea. They should have just kept that PvE. Because EverQuest was never meant for PvP. Yeah. Yep. That was one of the issues. But, I mean, just targeting. Like, I mean, literally, dude, if you went into combat and you were trying to target shit, the game had, like, holes through it left and right. Like, and the developers did a great job because the engine was internal. They didn't lease the engine. Like, so a lot of game companies will lease an engine that's developed and then use that as a building platform to develop their game. But they actually internalized Darkfall. Who's cooking dinner and then the others got to play the altar. So that's how you guys decided? The way most of the time I cook unless there's something specific she's wanting. Like her steak. Like, I'm allowed to cook everybody's steak but hers. She likes her steak a specific way. We're similar, but she's more control freak when it comes to specific things. Now, if I'm cooking like my chicken or anything, she prefers me cooking my chicken. But it was funny because when I first started this, people used to be like, "Oh, dude, we know you're gay." And I'm like, "Dude, I've got 3 kids. I got an old lady." I'm like, yeah, dude, like, I don't know. I get, like, maybe it's because I have a high pitch, like a higher tenor voice, possibly, but, you know, you get the weirdest trolls in these games, I swear to God. And I have, like, nothing against anybody. Like, my cousin's gay, and I have no problem with him. But it's like, whatever. I don't want to, I always tell people, don't assume anything. Like, just because a person might seem a certain way, I don't try to think of them like that unless they specifically say, yeah, it's like that. Okay, cool, whatever. You know, to each their own. It's your lives. Devs need to learn that pissing off player base is a bad idea. Yeah, I agree, Rock. But here's the deal. You're always going to have some changes in a game, whether we like it or not. And that's the one thing. Like, I remember when they announced that we were going to have the NGE. for Star Wars Galaxies. Now, I was a closed tester for that. They picked up like 30 of us or so, or 50, or there was, but the majority of it was like the top 20 players. Yeah, dude, D&D, man, I loved it. My favorite campaign. That's how I got my gamer tag, was through Dungeons and Dragons. I actually played Ravenloft. Was one of my favorite campaigns. Yeah, I get stalkers. I do. I probably do. But I actually played Ravenloft. I don't know if you remember that campaign, Rock. And one of the major things for me was this, that we had this class that we kind of uniformed with the paladins and like sorcerer, and we called it a mystic. And I picked that class. So my class was literally, we called it a mystic. And I played Ravenloft, hence why I got the gamer tag Mystic Raven. And that was transferred with me in every MMO from the get. So UO, EverQuest, all of them, I created Mystic Raven. And that's how I got my gamer tag. That was literally how it happened. But it was cool. A lot of memories, man. Love it, and I'm still not. What happened to my queue? It was up there and then it just disappeared. Yes! Yes! Now remember too, the penalties in Ravenloft? God, I mean, my fucking DM, every time I'd even step foot in a fucking near something, because anything with a holy was like a beacon in that fucking campaign. All of a sudden you get a fucking saving throw every time you turn around. They're like, roll a saving throw. I'm like, for what? Stepping foot on this ground. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna die just for stepping on a ground. Vampires come out at you and swarm you because all of a sudden you didn't realize that you were fucking in a vampire lair. You're like, god dang it. Crazy shit. Everything undead was its powers actually got an enhancement, an additional roll, because of Ravenloft's environment. It was crazy. Anything undead you really wanted to avoid in that campaign. Such a pain in the ass. Like, but friggin' anything normal, like little orcs and shit, or goblins, you were like, pfft. No, it wasn't an easy campaign. And then when the friggin' Wizards bought it out, they 86'd it. I was like, what? They kept Forgotten Realms, but let's be honest, they were going to. But I think Dragonlance even got like 86'd. What the fuck? Please don't. I hate when they do this. It fucks all my shit up. Starting to level shit up. Give me that.
Not done yet. This mine belongs to House Celos. You are in darkness and will be disciplined by
Give me that. Little bastard.
bugs these farmers. Practically laying money. We'll have this place cleaned out in no time.
12K, 12K, right?
Old Celos
It's slow. Yeah. This is some slow ass DPS.
Navina. I suspected you were smarter than your father.
Okay. That wasn't 55, was it? Nah, couldn't have happened. Give me that. What in the fuck is going on, man? That is weird. Word of the day, Biss, MPA. Yes, 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 it's true. It's all true. It's still slow DPS. This is a non-bald version, Mystic, correct. No, but the DPS sucks. Hold on. I will be pulling this boss. Yep, definitely, Sylvia. You take care. Have a good one. Did they read the scroll? Let's hope. Oh, no. Just keep doing your thing, guys. Damn it, come on! Reinforced, what the fuck? Wonder if anybody got an infused head. Yeah, same here. Yeah, I had the Divine's head. He would have sufficed me. Oh, hey David, welcome, dude. No, it's all good, dude. It's all good. Got in a group. So we just queued up for the another one, Crypt of Hearts. So it was kind of funny because it was Rock and a Rocker Uology or somebody pointed out that none of the other tubers do pug content, and it was kind of interesting. You know, it was kind of like why aren't some of the other tubers doing like pug content? Like why? You know. I mean, I think that's one of the things that it's kind of, you know, makes everything kind of interesting when you can get with random players and see how well you can do with them, you know? So I guess there's a tank problem, a tank shortage or some shit. Guess I'll go to Mournhold real quick and whatever. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Take pride in your work.
Sell some shit while I'm waiting. I'm in a group. We have a healer, so it's a good indication. Ottoman's ring, that's kind of cool. Don't know what the holdup is. Requeue. Must be a friggin' tank shortage, man.
Right to
It's crazy. I'm hoping we got the extra key out of the way. Come on, man. Queue this bitch. I don't know why players don't like to play tanks. I like my tanks. I like playing tank, actually. You know, that was my main in every like raid I used to, or raid I used to do back in the day. Like, I was a tank. Like, everybody's like, "Why are you a tank?" And I'm like, "Well, either it's switching a lot of things, but more or less, I always tanked sooner or later." Oh, is that right, Nutty? Huh? Now, I mean, so you haven't made friends that are usually on around the same time? Because, you know, if you can usually find, you know, a couple players you typically roll with, you know, it works out. Neutered Raven. Yeah, I just saw that. Neutered Raven. Come on. So we got our tank. Looks good. My buff's still pretty solid, too. Let's go. It's on you, Tanky. Running Pug Life, but that's the way to go. We're actually, you missed it, David. We're going to have a pug awareness, right? And we're going to save the pugs. We were talking about that earlier. And we're going to call, also, we're starting a new group for meta and BIS players, and it's going to be called MBA, Meta and BIS Players Anonymous. Yeah, it's like crack, never sleep. Dude, have you ever played EverQuest? That game was fucking crack. I gave up my life for this game. You will. You will. I keep seeing shards in front of me, then they go away. It's not sufficient enough, guys. Not enough DPS. I'm so weak. God, I hate when people go ahead like that. Great, that's why the... Dumbass. Don't be overzealous. Shit. Dude, I don't think people really understand what low DPS really is. And what high-end DPS and what average and how parsers really work. God. Oh, nice messed up on that part. It's like a weird delay or some shit. Chest. Yep. Nope, that's the life, isn't it? Wake up and it seems like you have to maintenance this game. For as crazy as it sounds. Yeah, and DLCs become an issue too. Like I noticed like there's a lot of DLCs like I will roll with my friends because I know what they're doing, I know what I'm doing, and we can get the content in. You know? Why did he go in there? Get off. Heavy sack.
What?
How many times do I have to tell you not to rewrite Orion's texts?
Not what I wanted. God dang it! Fucking bullshit! Almost fuck! Ugh. Okay. So I'm going to switch between both so I don't burn down too much. So after a while I want to go ahead and get work on that other tune. Just keep healing. I got it. Okay, I'm gonna switch. Other Nightblade doesn't know what he's doing. He's going to cause this to enrage. Yep. This one, it's by the scroll. This one has a scroll. Running out of resources, killing me. A little low and then back in. Whatever. But we get it done. Looks good. At the end of the day, we get it done. Can't wait to actually get like the ideal pieces set up for this. Be badass. Oh shit. Alright guys, so I'm going to call it. I got a couple things to do. I want to thank everybody for popping in today. Really good conversations. Get to reminisce. We get to have some laughs. I enjoy you guys. You guys, yep, that's all that matters, not at the end of the day. Plus, it's pug life. We all know how pug life can be. And at the end of the day, I just want to have fun and do my thing. And if I get to play the content and I get it, whatever, it's all that matters to me. So, yeah. Once again, I want to thank everybody. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. Like, I don't know what I do without, you guys. You guys are the best. So, if anybody has any questions, comments, post below. I'll probably get my trolls. It'll happen. But, as always, thank you, and have a nice day.